hard, but in this case, it's the fourth try that gets it done for the Dallas Cowboys. 20-17, the final in Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, and the Cowboys now move to 3-2 in the season. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't the prettiest. It was a little sloppy to start, but the Dallas Cowboys continued to finally fight. It seemed to be working. Everything seemed to be working against the Cowboys Sunday night for starters. Again, a 90-minute weather delay and an already shorthanded Cowboys team without two-star defenders and number 2 wide receiver in Brandon Cooks. Well, felt like the injuries kept coming, losing their top 2 draft picks in Marshawn Nealon and Tyler Guyton. Then the red zone issues were on full display as well. But the offense found a way, won the time of possession battle, won on third downs, and even being denied in the red zone 3 times with 20 seconds left on the clock. Fourth down, they were able to execute on the other side, though. The defense took the Steelers out of their own game and didn't allow Pittsburgh to capitalize on the Cowboys' mistakes on offense. Looking at the full picture, though, it wasn't pretty, but the Cowboys get it done and get back above 500.
Frankly, the history of playing this team, it always comes down to the last play of the game. So I just thought our guys just, held their composure, just kept playing. It was a different surface, just because of the weather and the moisture. We knew the ball was going to be alive, and it was, certainly for us at times. But yeah, I just think the resiliency of our football team was on display tonight. But I thought he played very well, and kept us, in the game. We were extremely productive against a really good defense. We moved up and down the field. We got to score points in the red zone, and most importantly, we got to get rid of these penalties. These, not only the number, but the critical penalties on, third down and red zone. That's been our challenge all year, and it was a little bit of a challenge tonight. But that's a hell of a team win for us.
You talk about his composure, after all of that, interception, whatever. Getting on that ball and then.
Oh yeah, no, his composure is a huge strength of his. He's the same man every day. Way he works and the way he competes. Yeah, he doesn't blink. He's not he doesn't dwell on mistakes. So yeah, he never blinked one time during that game. So there was never a doubt that we were going to go down and score. We were just trying to really manage things against that defensive front, and I thought our guys up front and Rico and Zeke, I thought they did a great job running the ball in the second half.
Just look at the whole game. When we weren't scoring or we weren't doing what we needed to do, it was on us. It was on me. Whether it be fumbling on the sack early in the game in field goal range in the red zone, whether it be throwing the interception right before half. And then again, when we're up 3, getting the penalty backing us up, and then that interception. Other than those, we're able to move the ball and do what we wanted. Yeah, there was never a doubt in my mind. I don't think it was a doubt in anybody in that huddle. No, there wasn't, and on the sideline. And we're just able to, even as I said, getting down there, not converting, whether it be the run I had, Rico trying to go over the top, or the throw right there on the third down. Coach always says if we have time or downs, we give ourselves a chance, and we're able to capitalize on it.
Secondly, Mike McCarthy said the first game ball with the guys. He was talking about you guys, the celebration locker room, what it meant to get him a win.
Yeah, it was huge. Obviously, it's a guy. Y'all know how I feel about him, love him. Great head coach. Is very, very proud to be from Pittsburgh. Greenfield at that. And you hear it anytime anything comes up with references from this place. That's why I had to go on a little tour last night, see some of the stomping grounds that he's talked about to paint that picture in my head, which was really special. Got to stop by his parents' house, spend some time with him and them. And then, yeah, it was just important for us to come out and obviously get this win, another one on the road, go 3-2. It meant a lot just to be able to deliver him a game ball, not knowing that was his first, but then doing that. And, yeah, it's a game, even with this the delays, I was saying it before the game started, we're not going to forget this one regardless, right? With the delays, with everything that happens, one of those games, I don't care how long you play, you'll never forget it. And so I just kept saying, let's make it one to remember. And I think we did that. And all the ups, the downs, the ebbs and flows, a lot of things that Mike preaches on, 2 minutes, and for us to just stay resilient, win the game in 2 minutes here in his hometown. He deserves it.
We love a team that can overcome adversity and get the job done like the Dallas Cowboys did against the Steelers. But Mike McCarthy going home and getting his first win over the Steelers in the regular season for the first time since 2011. That's when he was with the Green Bay Packers and they played the Steelers in the Super Bowl. But how did they manage to get it done? George Teague joins the show up next to break it all down.
Dallas Cowboys Flashback, powered by Reliant, is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, and by Reliant, official energy provider of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys.
When it rains, it pours, and I'm not talking about the weather delay in Pittsburgh on Sunday. I'm talking about rain Dakota Prescott, delivering a dime to Jalen Tolbert to win the game over the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nicole Hutchison, George Teague to break it all down. Now, George, it took all 4 tries. You had Dak trying to scramble in onto the outside, got stopped at the 1. Then Rico Dowdle trying to jump over the goal line, denied. Third time's a charm, right? Jalen Tolbert, the incompletion there, but he just says, I got this. Let me go ahead and make up for it. Gets the game-winning touchdown. What worked for that play to be successful?
There is so many good things that happened. First, I just need to say it was tremendous on how we stayed with it and decided that, hey, we were going to win this game by all means. And you think it'd be against your 2 best players or with your 2 best players, but it wasn't, right? So
irony there.
Let's talk about how this actually happened.
Absolutely. I mean, what did you think? What worked? What worked for Jalen Tolbert to get this touchdown?
So first, let me talk about the play, because this was something that the Cowboys have been working on for a long time. And sometimes you have to have play design where you can have a play where you can beat a zone coverage or man-to-man. So in this one, first let me show you the route. You got a route where Tolbert is working the back end line, so there's an outlet there, right? For your zone, then you got CeeDee Lamb coming this way to have a natural rub route with Tolbert. So you got both concepts there, okay? So what I need you to keep your eye on are these 2 guys, because he has him man-to-man, all right? You need to watch how he ends up beating him across the field very, very effectively. So now it's just a tight window for Dak to have to throw the ball into. The percentages of actually completing that pass are so low, and so because they executed it very well, is awesome. All right, so if we show the next angle just a little bit, this is so good. I really need you to focus in on what Tolbert is doing here. He goes underneath, and what most receivers do is they don't climb their way back up into the end zone, but he does. That is a smart and effective play. So if we let this go, you'll see him take an angle where we just talked about, where he's going to try to get this natural rub with CeeDee Lamb. Then he goes back under. Now, at this point, he has to make his way back into the end zone, because if he doesn't get in the end zone, it's going to be something right on the edge there. So a tremendous catch in a tight window. Awesome game.
Nice awareness from Jalen Tolbert. Can we run that play back really fast one more time, because you notice this all game long. The Steelers played so far off of our Cowboys receivers. How did that work in our favor?
Oh, it's so much in our favor. Dak has done a tremendous job of taking shots down the field and doing things of that nature. And so when they're going to give you the cushion, you have to be able to figure out a way how to adjust. So kudos to the coaches for making it happen, and taking what they give you, and that was the underneath routes.
A couple of plays still left on the field, 2 interceptions, a blocked field goal, and too many turnovers, 3 total for the game. How do they need to move forward in cleaning those things up?
Well, there's so much positive out of this game that you're going to be able to learn a lot. How the running game got better. We didn't think they were going to be able to run the ball. The defense did a tremendous job. They stepped up and did those things. So now that you have this kind of game, you got a blueprint to be successful. They just have to keep fine-tuning this passing game and the running game.
And now heading into week 6 against the Detroit Lions right now. It's a good confidence booster. I would hope so, heading into the Detroit Lions back at AT&T Stadium. The Cowboys hoping to clean up some things. But we're here to wrap things up next, and we hear from Trayvon Diggs and Tyler Smith about it all.
This segment was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. This segment is brought to you by Ashley, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
It was the first meeting in prime time for the Dallas Cowboys since 1982, facing off against the Steelers, and this time they came out on top. And honestly, the most beautiful thing about it is that game-winning drive rested solely on the shoulders of this Dallas Cowboys offense, and they completely delivered. Even with no Brandon Cooks, Jalen Tolbert stepped up as the playmaker the Cowboys needed in Cook's absence, and he led the team in receptions and a game-winning touchdown. The third and goal play before, he had an apparent groin injury, but that wasn't going to keep JT off the field long.
Yeah, it was a low ball. I thought I could get underneath it and ended up taking a one-hopper, to the private. But I couldn't breathe for a second, but once they called the timeout, I knew I had to go back in the game. My team needed me. That's the moments that I work hard for. I wasn't going to be out in that moment. So no matter what, I was going on the field. And like I said, I knew the play call. I knew the options that were available on the play call. I knew the coverage they were run. All I had to do was get through clean and make a play. And like I say, that's what big-time players do in big-time moments. When the ball comes your way, your team's counting on you, you make plays.
You mentioned about you guys tonight, considering the guys you lost in the way.
Yeah, it shows the type of team we have. The work we put in, I already knew that, but I think we showed the world tonight what we were capable of doing and what we're capable of doing. And like I say, I love going to war with these guys. We showed grit, we showed integrity, we showed everything that we needed to show, and came on the road and got a hard-fought victory, 3-0 on the road, so we just got to keep building on it.
For you, just 2+ years in the making for this, just all your development, how gratifying is it for you just to see it pay off the way it did today?
Like I said, man, I work hard for this. Obviously, God has given me the talent and ability to be able to continue to work and continue to get better, and so I give him all the glory for it. But like I said, I've been working for years for this, and waiting on my opportunity, waiting on the time where I will be able to, get more offensive snaps or get more targets, whatever it may be. And so, like I say, whenever that moment comes, you got to be able to be ready for it. And I think that's something that we emphasized all week. Obviously, we knew B. Cooks wasn't going to play, but all of the other guys in the room, including, myself, we work hard for this. We're ready for this. So it's just about going out and showing the world.
I know it's fresh, but does this feel like that moment for you?
Definitely. Like I said, game-winning touchdown on the road. I can't make it up, but like I said, it's a special moment, and like I said, it's fun to be able to celebrate it with my team. Obviously, after I scored, everybody ran up, coming off on the sideline, everybody was dapping me up, hitting me on the helmet, whatever. So it was special, and like I said, who would have ever thought? But it's a special moment, and like I said, I'm looking forward to continuing to grow on it and continuing to do the things that I can for this offense and for this team.
Jalen Tolbert finishing with a career high in receiving yards and receptions, and 4 of Tolbert's 7 receptions were all for first down. But penalties continue to be a problem for this offense, accounting for 4 of the 11, and this time turnovers were added to the mix. But the Cowboys took a step in the right direction on third downs, finishing 9 of 15 and had 445 yards of total offense. But can we say hello to this run game? A season-high 31 attempts on the ground, led by Rico Dowdle. He had a career night, 20 carries for 87 yards, and his touchdown makes it back-to-back games with a receiving touchdown, the first Cowboys to do so since 2000.
Felt good. It was just, like I said, the whole time, just all about finding the rhythm. And I think we found our rhythm today and stuck with it, and it was able to show out there. Linemen making holes, and we was able to pound it down a good Pittsburgh run defense. So,
feel like you were getting stronger as the game went on?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think that's always been the case for me. As the game goes along, I think I get stronger, and like you said, it's just all about the rhythm and the body feeling as well.
About your route running in the end zone there, you talk about the touchdown.
Yeah, actually it wasn't the play design. I supposed to stop and come back, but the dude who was guarding me fell down. I'm like, I'm going corner. I hope Dak see me. And Dak rolled out and found me, and we made a great play, a great touchdown.
What was the play like?
No, it felt pretty good. Yeah, it felt pretty good to me. I know that coming into the game, they was talking a lot about wearing the 7 studs and stuff like that. But the field felt pretty great to me. Yeah, felt pretty good.
What was the difference tonight compared to
we had more attempts. Obviously, that's one of the main factors. I think I had my first time ever having over 12 attempts in a game. But like I said, I think we found our rhythm, found what was working for us, and we stuck to it, and worked out well. We got the win.
Rico, you guys lost Guyton in the middle there, and then also Zach for a little bit. And just the change in offensive lineman for you to keep producing, how were you able to maintain that?
Next man up. That's how we look. I know we had a couple guys out on defense as well. But like I said, next man up. We go through preparation during the week. Everybody takes reps, and just got to be ready to take advantage of the opportunity when your time comes.
Rico, what can you learn from this team from that kind of performance tonight with the grit that you guys showed?
Obviously a lot, coming in, it's obviously going to be things we have to correct, but just the type of team we are to come out. I think we're 3-0 on the road, and that's something we harped on last year, playing better on the road, and we've responded well to that this year. Now we got to just take care of home, but like I said, just shows the type of team we are, and like you said, the grit, the toughness, everybody staying focused and locked in the whole time and pulling out the win.
Rico Dowdle talking about the next man up mentality. Well, he stepped up along with Jalen Tolbert and a couple of other guys on this offense as well. But while this offense was struggling at first to start, but they had guys make plays when they needed. This defense, though, on the other side, made plays all game long, all 4 quarters, specifically with Chauncey Golston and a few other guys on this defensive side of the ball. We hear from them up next.
This segment was brought to you by Ashley, the official furniture store of the Dallas Cowboys.
I was going to tuck it, and I opened my. I promise it would never. I'm on the jugs all week.
You would never get easy.
Bro,
that easy.
the fact that I'm sitting here like a punt return looking at the ball, I'm like, he throwing the ball to me. He throwing the ball, and I messed that up, and that's on me. But the next time I get a chance to end the game, I'm ending the game.
DeMarvion Overshown with a few jokes in the locker room post-game after dropping a potential interception on the final drive. But it was not all fun and games for the Dallas Cowboys defense all game long. It was straight business, like our generation likes to say. No Micah Parsons, no DeMarcus Lawrence, and losing Marshawn Nealon early in the game. But yet the defense had a response for anything the Steelers had up their sleeves. They shut down their run game, holding them to just 92 yards on the ground, held the Steelers to 25% on 3rd downs, which ironically has been a top 10 team in sustaining drives. They also kept the Steelers' star wide receiver George Pickens in check, only allowing 3 catches on 7 targets. That's now back-to-back weeks. The Dallas Cowboys defense was a big story from the game.
As long as you know the scheme and you're ready, it's really simple, Like Coach Z, he's always pounding that, like, you got to be ready. And when those 2 went down, everybody else, roles increased. And then when Marshawn went down, T. Wheat and Carl, they were ready. I was ready, and we answered the bell.
Where's that confidence
Being blessed with the opportunity to play in this league,
Just having the opportunity to start this week and having the opportunity to get by for the next few weeks. What do you think that is for you, and how excited are you for it?
I'm just ready to embrace the added, reps. I'm happy for the opportunity, really.
This is a gutsy win tonight. We're talking about the injuries, the weather delay, the physical team. What do you think this win says about you guys right now?
We're showing that we're resilient, It was far from perfect, but at the end of the day, we finished and we were the last one swinging, so,
This defense building off of what they put together in Week 5. Now looking forward to continuing to build off of this type of performance they had against the Steelers. Now we wrap things up next with more of how they continue and hope to continue to build off of this type of performance. We'll be right back here on Cowboys Flashback.
To watch more Dallas Cowboys content on your connected TV, download the Cowboys Now app on Amazon Fire, Roku, and Apple TV. Dallas Cowboys Flashback, powered by Reliant, was brought to you by AT&T, official sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys, and by Reliant, an NRG company.
My boy. Dog, I don't even know what to say. The guys we just kept fighting, and that's really what it's all about. Just moving on to that next play, regardless of what happens before, and making the most of every opportunity. Yeah, I can't say how proud I am, of us, and, how we responded today. I mean, that was a battle. Even before the game, there was adversity, but there can be no greatness in the absence of adversity. So, I think we showed what we're about today.
Both sides of the ball shorthanded and both sides of the ball stepping up when they needed. The Cowboys are now 3-0 on the road for the first time since 2016. Now they look to change that back at home in AT&T Stadium on Sunday. We'll see if they can get it done.